A tutorial on turning feet positions. Now, to turn in a tight circle or to twirl, you need to continue to obey the rule of having your knee over your foot. It's also helpful if the knees are a little bent. Not very bent, just not locked back straight. So a little bent, or off lock. So, as a practice, or as a beginner, this is what your feet will be doing. You lift the foot you're going to turn off the floor and step it on a small angle outwards. And when you put it on the ground, you'll see your knee is with your foot in the same direction. Then you can take the weight of it. And as you take the weight of it, you can now lift the other foot and bring it also in on an angle. You could either make it parallel, or you could even turn it a little inwards, as long as that turn is at the hip and your whole knee is in line with your foot. Once you've got that there, you take the weight, and that allows you freedom to lift the other foot, and you can either lift it right off, or you could just smoothly lift it clear of the floor so it's free to move away. You're not stepping it out, you're just turning that at the hip and putting it back down, and you repeat. Lifting the free foot, turning it in, dropping the weight, lifting the free foot, turning it out, dropping the weight, lifting the free foot, turning it in, dropping the weight, lifting the free foot, turning it out, dropping the weight. And then, as you practice, you'll begin to be able to speed up that process. You're really just turning on a point, and you won't injure your knee, or your hip, or your foot. And around you go. And just to show you that back the other way, you lift the foot, turn, everything's in line, put the weight, bring the other foot around, drop the weight, lift, turn, 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 drop the weight, and around you go. You might start with looking down to see, oh yes, that you've got it in the right position. However, as soon as you can, you really want to be bringing that posture up straight again, so you're looking ahead or looking up as you're doing the lifting the foot, turning. Right. Now, a full twirling requires that you consider the lesson for the feet, and then you need to move on to how do you operate the upper body, the eyes, and your vestibular system, which checks your balance through your ears, and which can also make you very dizzy if you're twirling. So, one technique which comes from the Sufi twirlers is to bring your hands up. Now you're going to look in the direction that you're going to go to, and you're going to have your eyes approximately on your fingertips of that upraised hand. That gives you a steady focus point for your twirling. Now if we get our feet into motion where we're lifting, placing the weight, lifting the other one, placing the weight, and we're just at the same time being very upright, we're keeping a little focus on our fingertips here, and then we can just keep going, and we can actually get quite fast. Our relative head to fingertips is the same. If you keep your concentration there and ignore the background opposite movement of the room, you can have quite a steady twirl. And when you stop that, you'll find that although you may be a little dizzy, gradually your vestibular system will even get better and you won't be falling all over anyhow. If you go in the opposite direction, then you just need to turn your head and look at the other hand and fingertips and twirl in the other direction. So you might want to get your foot control and practice quite good first, and then you can, and eventually you'll be able to speed that up. If you get a little bit dizzy, don't worry too much. Stay still, keep a straight focus on something ahead. You'll feel that everything's moving around a little bit. Actually, it's your eyes that are really moving around because your inner ear is telling your brain that you're still in motion. Sooner or later, usually sooner than later, it all catches up to reality that you're just standing still, and it'll all settle down for you. There you go, try it out.